Definitely, because we are all evolving in a very fast rate now with the IT industries that is just flooded the market, and the way we live is also different now. Social media community, 100 years from now will be a culture itself. Okay, but at the current social media, you do not see any cultural elements there at all, right? Because it's something that is not interesting to the public right now. They're more interested in this, you have TikToks and all that, right? But it's mostly centered on current aspects of their life and what they want to portray. Nothing from the past, very few. My target audience for this range is 40 and above. Rarely do I get anybody in the 20s or even the 30s that is interested enough to want to buy a piece for themselves. Yeah. So it's always the older generation that has placed any values on the work that I've done in this collection. That in itself can be discouraging, because for us to perpetuate and to go further is that we actually have to arouse the interest of the younger generation. Unfortunately, the dish that we are pushing to them is so alien and different from the culture that they are living in. There's such a disconnect. I started this as a one-man journey, and now I'm actually questioning, is there any point? I think maybe we can make a successful go at it if it's a concerted effort by the government, by the authorities, and by also different bodies that is related to this culture. And if everybody comes together and make a concerted effort to do something, then I believe maybe we can have a go. We can be successful in this. But currently, you see somebody doing something, another person doing something else, and they are not connecting. To me, I think that doesn't work. It already doesn't work as something that's attractive to the younger generation already, because it's very, like I say, it's a disconnect to their lifestyle and what they are used to. But if you tell them and show them memories of the past, and that is how it's associated to the present and the future, and when they can see the connection, chances is that they are willing to try, to give it a try, to give it a go. And if we do it enough time as a concerted effort, then I think we can be successful. But I don't see much positivity in that. As one person, I can only do this much, and I have done my part as much as I can go on, But I think it's time that more people come on this bus and make it happen. You have to find a common interest, and that is your starting point to connect this to the younger generation. If you're just going to approach it from your high angle and chuck it down their face, they will never accept it. So you have to find the common ground, what they like, okay, and what do you think that can possibly overlap a little bit. That is your window, and that's the only window you have actually. I mean, it's like, okay, people like food, right? Okay, and Peranakan food is tasty, right? And younger generation, no matter what their diet is, they still have to eat. So maybe this is that little window to introduce something there. Dressing is too far. You have the type of dressing they have, and then you have this kebaya thing. You can't. It's too far. It's like they will never intercept or interconnected, you know. But there are some points that there is a touch point there, and that's your entry point, okay? And that's where you go in to pick their interest, and also slowly they will come out and then discover other things, you know, about that culture itself. All right, but if you're just pushing this, because I see a lot of government agencies doing this, they push the kabaya, you know, full force in their face, you know, and how? I'm thinking it's like, how? It's so alien to the culture that they are living in, you know. But if you push something that has relevance in what they are used to, then perhaps that's that little window you have. I mean, you need to get fresh ideas on marketing, and of course, fresh ideas mostly comes from young and fresh perspective. So I suppose, yes, I mean, they should come forward, and we as people in the industry should also be open to explore new ideas and possibilities with the young people. I think there is always the potential. Well, the jewelry industry in Malaysia is not very big, which is a good thing, because then you can come in and make it big. But on the other hand, it's like, if you think that you want to come in and make it big and ride on whatever is existing, you probably will not. So my best advice is, do not copy, do not plagiarize. Develop and find something that is essentially yours. And that is the story that nobody can take away from you. Stay true to that, and you will succeed someday. I would love to work. And for me, is that I don't have any boundaries. I mean, you don't have to be a grad, or you don't have to, you have a string of titles, you know, then only I will work with you. No, I mean, if you have a good idea, you have a good idea, you know. And I'm just waiting for young people with good ideas to come up, whether in my industry or outside. Be brave to go into something that may not even make money for you. But if your focus is to make money, then, you know, that's why maybe sometimes I think that is the one that is drawing them away. When I started this, nobody was doing this, you know. And I wasn't even sure that it's going to make money. Yeah, but I stepped into it. So I do encourage the younger set to do not create ceilings for yourself, or do not create expectation for yourself, and that actually depletes your creativity, shooting star progress that can happen if you don't limit yourself. But if you think that the only way up for you is to open another cafe, like what tons of other people are doing, then yeah, go ahead and do it, but not the same style, or create a different pastries that people have never seen before. Not the same way that every other person is doing. Yeah, and I think that is what's stopping us, or stopping the young people from actually progressing further than they can.